game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stop your whining.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready, set. He's tired of you. He's tired of us. Let's go.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Come on, set. 15, line it. 15 line.
Check it back, check it back.
3-2 jet bomber, 3-2 jet bomber. 5.
To throw from his end zone, Mooney. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
First down, Bills.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Recon, 132 fighter. Switch it, come on, switch it.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. General West. Shift. Get it.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
All day, every day, any day.
Operating from the gun. Mooney. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. 81.
Now Bell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Jackson from the shotgun. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Christian Kirksey leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Ready, ready. 10, touchdown. Focus, defense, focus.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll toss it to Hunt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Ready? 30 base. Quick. 6-6, bullet high.
Looking to throw. Mooney. And the grab by Croft. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Hunt. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I know he ain't got
it. They'll run. This is Hunt. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
I'm coming after you. Watch the shit. Watch the
True ball Parker.
shit.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Mooney. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Kill.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. So that'll back them up 5. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. They run right side with Hunt, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Go!
From the gun, Mooney. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
49, check 49, check 49.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. Powers through. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Let's go. 18 data.
Go! Single. That's it. Single slot. Watch 88.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
49 to Mike.
Ready? Watch tight end. Everyone, you got 4. 4 down. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Slam, slam.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On the double. Watch 49. Not today, you are. Not today.
49, 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Watch the slam. Watch the slam.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Mooney. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. 18 yards to pick up there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Ready up.
59. Lights 59. Time to go. Night. Check your hot read.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
Check. Lucky.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Slam.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Check. 59. Yeah. You don't want none.
Snap.
From the gun, Mooney. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mooney. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Mooney. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 60 out low. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Jackson operating from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Mooney, that's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the gun on third down, Mooney. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Jackson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll run on first down. It's Bell. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Second and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Check 24, check 24. Let's go. Come on. 3, alert 3.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Le'Veon Bell. As the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Throwing to start the drive. Mooney. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A final shot before break. Mooney. He's going to let this one go deep. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
For the field goal, a 26-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it then. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Hunt. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They'll run again with Hunt. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
61, matchbox, lights.
59, Mike's 59. Y'all not ready.
Now.
Looking to throw. Mooney. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. The 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Le'Veon Bell. An 80-yard touchdown as the Ravens push further out in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Come on, set, 50, plant.
59, Mike to 59. Your track, your track.
Lead grip.
To throw on second down, Mooney. And this one caught by Beasley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ready?
This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Off play action. Mooney. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have this this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 55 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Protein spill.
Back to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Ravens 34, Bills 6. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
He don't know no better. Say go.
From the gun, Mooney. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Mooney. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready.
To throw again, Mooney. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch the slant.
Get it.
From the gun, Mooney. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mooney. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Trying to lay one up deep. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1s here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's baby side. Shit. Watch.
Go out. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Mooney. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Down. 70. Indy.
Mike 40. Come on, boy.
Big Rivers.
On 1st down, Hunt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
Check 59. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Hit it.
This is Hunt on the draw play. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On the delay, here's Hunt. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Ready, ready. 50, plant.
59.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Say go.
On third down, they go with Singletary. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Bills are forced to settle for 3. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They got tight left.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Shut. 60 yards. Topper. Topper.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Get her off.
On second down now, Swift. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Throwing on first down. Bryant. And he completes it to Hunt. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bryant, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Mooney. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
3 down. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Mooney. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Get ready.
Bell. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Double time, double.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Snap.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Bills on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Mooney. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. On 1st and 10, Mooney.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, Mooney. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, and it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mooney. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... You know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
That's a game of 3. It's third.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I know you feel that.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Mooney. And he finds Beasley complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Ready. 10 logo.
59, Mike to 59. Come to my work.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Come to my work.
Ready.
On 1st down, Mooney gets it to Meredith complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mooney. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills cut into that lead. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Ravens, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire